No smoke without structure. No noise without receipts.
This is hit and run.
Chopper 1, visual contact, vehicle heading northbound.
I walk through deserts with boots full of sand. Carry more weight than most men understand. Steel in my spine, cold in my chest. You test what we built, you better come correct. This ain't no gossip, this ain't no show. We don't chase clout, we chase what you owe. Stand on the line, never cross it for fame. We say what we mean and we mean what we claim. Seen men fold when the lights got bright. See truth drown in the headline fight. We pull it back, break it down slow. Facts hit harder when the ego go. I've seen too many lies dressed up like kings. Too many weekends pulling fake strings. So we step in the ring, no mask, no bluff. If it's truth you want, we call it rough. This is hit and run. Stand your ground till the job is done. No retreat, no second guess. We break it down, expose the mess. Hit and run. Hard truth overloaded guns. Say it straight, we don't sugarcoat none. We hit the face, then we run. Feel us from the field, learn how to bleed. Fourth quarter pressure is the air we breathe. Helmet cracked, ribs taped tight. Still showed up, ready for the fight. Boxing gloves, knuckles scarred. Discipline built in the backyard. Martial code, no cheap shots thrown. We don't bark loud, we hold our own. Marcus listening, I know your grind. Carrying weight on your back and mind. Bills on the table, world on fire. Trying to keep your name clean in the wire. We ain't here to preach or beg. Just sharpen the blade and protect your head. Truth ain't loud, it's cold and clear. That's why you tune in when we appear. I've seen men lose what they work to build. Over pride, over ego, over quick cheap thrills. So we told that line, never settle our name. Legacy heavy, we guard that flame. This is hit and run. Truth weighs heavy, but we still stand strong. No mask on, no filter tone. If it's wrong, we call it wrong. Hit and run. Built from discipline, sweat and blood. Facts hit harder than a loaded gun. We hit the truth, then we run.
Unit 1 airborne, scanning the downtown grid.
No emotion, just evidence.
Be advised, all units over. Rotate are moving at high speed through downtown Dallas.
And we are back for another episode of Hit and Run, co-hosted with myself and Fearless. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing all right, my brother. Ready to see what's going on. I know we got a special guest. I'm gonna be honest. Let me give my disclosure. I don't know a lot about the next guest that comes up, but I am in a lot of WhatsApp groups, and so I would always see, they always share information. And so that's how he came on the radar to me, from some shared information, some traveling groups. And a lot of them had a lot to say. So I just had reached out to them and said, hey, I'm just going to ask whatever questions you want me to ask. So I have some things I want to line up to go to ask this young man and, get some background on him. So I'm ready to get it on, man.
Background on him. Come on, man. We do a better job than this. You know we do our research. We do our research. So, oh my God, I just lost my camera. Hold on, let's see if we can get it back.
Oh man, it looked like Rob done did something to you already. He done got you out of there, brother.
Internet trolls are at it. Hold on, let me plug it back up again and see if we can get it going. But yeah, I've been seeing them around the interwebs, internets, and certain chat rooms, and we're gonna let the young man tell his story on how he got where he is now, especially in our little sector of the world.
Yes, sir.
So it should be an enjoyable story. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do some fact checking, and we'll see what adds up. Without any further ado, I'd like to welcome our young brother, Robert EATON, to the stage.
What's going on, guys?
All right, Rob. Welcome to the stage, my brother. How you doing this evening, afternoon, wherever your location may be? Where is your location, may I ask?
Right now, I'm in
Back in
Tampa,
the
Florida.
Okay.
All right.
Is that where one of your homes are, or are you just chilling there until you can get back into Colombia?
This is where I'm from. This is where I grew
okay.
up. So we have a house here in Sarasota.
Oh, nice. Nice area. All right. So,
And one second, Ronan. Just to let everybody know, yes, we are going to be bringing up the Andrew show. We
Yes.
also will be bringing up Rico, Uncle Rico, later on. So you guys stay tuned, and those gentlemen will be up in a few. Yeah, there is an echo. I think that's not me this time. I think that's you, Rod.
It
Maybe.
keeps rotating.
yeah, it does. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. It's not that bad, hopefully. It should be a little tail delay. But anyway, Rob, for everybody that's listening that doesn't know you that well on my channel, also Fearless's channel, I know Andrew has covered you a little bit, and he's simulcasting as well. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself and, kind of your business line aspects, and then how you got into the space and what's going on with you right now? Obviously, because there's a lot of things going on around the scenes with you and some quote unquote people that could be associated with Passport Bros. We're going to talk about that later, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, thanks first for having me on. My name is Robert Eaton. I'm 42 years old. I live in Medellin, Colombia. I'm married to a Paisa. Have a son with her that I adopted. A couple dogs, a house. I own my own company. I own a marketing agency right now. Run ads for companies across the United States. Prior to that, I've owned a gym. I've owned my own businesses for the last since 2018. Been living remote for about 4 years. I was married prior. Me and my wife separated. Went and lived in Cancun for about a year. Was doing too much partying. Went home. Get myself to put together. Wanted to backpack through South America, so I went to check out Medellin. Fell in love with it there. Moved to Medellin. Spent last 2 years there off and on. Came back to the United States for a period of time there, but since July 2024 for the most part I've been in Medellin. And that's where I'm at, in terms of, well, today I actually have a Live Abroad Academy that we just launched about a month ago. In terms of coming into the space, look, I own a social media marketing agency. I've been able to build a global business without ever really building a personal brand for myself online. So I'm in social media all day, so I don't ever really had a desire to do much stuff for myself online, because I'm working with clients' content all day, every day. And how I came into this really was a couple things happened, man. So the
One
situation.
second, Rob. I know. You don't have another window open, do you, or anything else? I think the people were just saying we hear echo.
Yeah, there is no other window. So the last time I closed my camera and came back on, it went away. So, but then it transferred over to one of you guys. So let me see.
It's gone.
I just want them to be able to hear you loud and clear.
Mic check.
No, I think mine. Here, I'm gonna stop the mic cam and come back real quick and see if it fix it like last time.
All right.
Mic check. It's still there.
So no, I don't.
Can't be
No, I
me.
don't. Oh, now I got fucking echo.
Hey, we're gonna have to live with it. This is a StreamYard situation. It's not us, because we've had way too many shows for it to be us.
All right, let's test
I
it.
think mine's gone now. It's passed back over to Fearless this time.
Man, look, just mute your mic up until you got to speak. That's all. Let's just rock with it. But go ahead, Rob. I want you to finish your story, man, and how you got into the situation that's going on right now, specifically in Passport Bros arena and travel.
Yeah, so I mean, really, what happened is, the situation with Eric Molina and Medellin, prior to that, I'm paying attention. I watch the guys that are posting stuff online and whatnot. I'm not really active, but I kind of knew who the Instagram guys were. I didn't even realize there was this whole YouTube side of the travel space. I really just wasn't that plugged into it at all. It really was never a thing for me at all. As much as I did a lot of the stuff here, I just was never I never even realized there was this like whole community.
Yeah, that's you over there messing around, Fearless.
Yeah, that's me messing around.
Yeah. So what Eric Molina, you see the locals, they're talking about, the guys that get drugged, robbed, and end up dead. It's their fault, right? They're coming here looking for sex, and you get what you get, right? And we don't care what happens. And then when Eric Molina got abducted, right? He wasn't there looking for sex and hiring hookers and partying and doing any of that stuff. Like, he's on a layover for work. He goes out with some friends and he loses his life, right? And then people are pretty silent about that, right? So it's like this guy doesn't fit the narrative, and so what's what? And then from that, Capo posted a video of a guy flopping around like a fish in Calle 10 and kind of people just looking at him and doing nothing, and that kind of pissed me off too, right? And then Capo ends up getting deported out of the country. So between a few just chain of events that happened just kind of set me off. And for the first time, I made a Instagram video. I never make any, and I was pissed, and I kind of just flew off the hip, calling things out that I seen there, and it went viral, right? So it was like, okay, well, if I don't like these things that are going on and I'm going to get on the internet and say something about it, maybe I should probably start to do something about it, right? And that's kind of where things started for me. So I never had any kind of plan. When I made that video that day on Instagram, I had no intention of, waking up the next day and making another one. That was it for me. Right. But I'm a firm believer, like, if you're going to step up, if you're going to say, you don't like some things and you see some things and you're going to call them out, then you should probably be the one to do something about it. So that's kind of how it all started for me.
Okay. So the word, that's not me. I'm sorry, I hear my echo. Go ahead. I'll try to fix this, Rona.
I think it's StreamYard.
Yeah, it is. It's got to be, because we've never had any issues before.
Yeah, because I can even hear a small one with you now, Ronan.
Right. Now, Fearless, mute your mic real quick while I'm talking. I'll see if it's just on your side. Mic check.
Yeah, I think when it's 3 mics somehow that it's passing it to one of them. So when it cut me off and I came back on, then it goes to Fearless. I think it has something to do with that, maybe.
So, I mean, you named off a couple names: Eric Molina, Chill Capo. Obviously, from IG, you jumped over to YouTube. You're initially exposed to YouTube from there. And then something happened to keep you on YouTube. And if you want to go into that a little bit more, because I know on your IG page that I looked through, it's really about the bad behavior of different foreigners that are coming in. And I can understand you living in Colombia wanting to help with cleaning up the environment that you live in. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Especially when you have family and kids and things like that. You want to make sure the people are coming in to do the right thing. If you're community minded, right?
Absolutely.
So, but what pulled you in deeper into YouTube?
Well, YouTube itself really was when I started to create the content, right? If I'm going to go and I'm going to do this, like, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do it to the fullest extent. So that's where the YouTube came in. Really, what I wanted to do was to start a podcast where I got people that were locals and got travelers and start to get them together to start to have real dialogue so that we can get somewhere together, as opposed to this side is always saying, oh man, well, if they don't want us to do this, make it illegal, man. Well, they were already doing it before we got here. And then on that side, it's like, well, yeah, they deserve to get drugged. And like, none of that stuff gets anybody anywhere. So I was going to try to go ahead and start that conversation to try to move things forward. That's originally why I even set up any kind of YouTube. But I haven't been that active on YouTube. Really, it's been where I've been active on YouTube is actually connecting with other people right now. I'm not that active on my channel itself.
Yeah, I've seen some of your. We do our research. Well, I do. You know, Fearless is over there capping right now, but it's okay.
I think one of us has to mute.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if I sound louder now. I took off that wind mic buffer. Does that sound better for you guys in the chat? I sound louder? Let me know, because everybody's saying my mic is a little low. but now you can hear the fan possibly blowing on it. Let me turn my mic a little bit. But yeah, normally we don't have sound problems in here. This is the first with StreamYard. I've seen a lot of people having problems. But anyway, hopefully my mic is a lot louder now. You guys can hear my voice. So let's get into this. The YouTube thing really started off with somebody volleying something around your personal life. And that kind of pulled you in deeper to where you were visiting different YouTube channels and kind of coming out a little bit stronger against those that were kind of raging against you, putting out certain type of information. What brought that about?
So good question. Well, first, that started on Instagram. Okay, all that stuff started on Instagram. It carried over onto the YouTube side of things, but that all started on Instagram. Look, when I started making content, right, the content that I was rolling out was really exposing women that are drugging guys to let them know, hey, you're no longer going to be able to do this in the dark. I will put you on blast. We'll make sure that people know who you are, and hopefully keep guys away from you. And even better, hopefully maybe the authorities will start to do something. Okay. So I'm doing all that, but the whole focus is around behavior itself. Okay, and what started to happen is a small group of guys reached out to me. Well, it's one of them at first reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, man, like there's this guy that's a traveler coming into the country. He's a scumbag, right? Someone needs to really speak up and say something about the stuff that he's doing." Right, and I didn't pay too much mind to it at first, but eventually they sent me over 4 zip files of stuff that this guy had done. And I look at it all and I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, this guy is a scumbag, and we can let one rip because, the same way that there's behavior over here that creates issues, there is behavior over here that creates issues too, right? It was never really the plan. All my content was really trying to look out for guys, even if I didn't necessarily agree with all the stuff. So I fired off one post. Okay, and that post is what created, right, the issues. Okay, so then you have guys get into a group chat to go and try to target my Instagram account, get it shut down, get it back up, get it shut down, and then one of those guys goes and tries to start hunting down my wife, try to start harassing my wife, and now you have a fucking problem, bro. Like, I'm just gonna make it very clear for anyone tonight. You go mess with my family, you got a fucking problem. Right, and that's where that all started, and then some from that situation, right? I think it was, Homie Sub asked me to come on and to his YouTube and to talk about the stuff that was going on, right? Because what started to happen from there was, okay, if you guys want to fuck around, right, I'll just start calling out every single guy doing goofy shit, because we can go a few rounds if you want, because I'm here for it. So then I just started calling out every guy that I see. Look, I know what the Colombians do not want going on and why they are not admitting people, why they're deporting people. So then we just started to say, hey, who are all the guys that are creating that type of content, that are creating the problem for everyone, and I'll just put them all on notice, because we could do that. If you guys want to fuck around like that, let's go. And that's how it started, and then ultimately Homie Sub had me come on his podcast to start to talk about those things.
Okay, so since all that started, and I agree with you, if somebody comes after my family, then it's a whole nother level. I put myself out there. I don't necessarily put my family on YouTube for public consumption and comments. I know it's open game somewhat. Whatever you expose out there, put out in the universe, it can come back on you. But if you kept your family off YouTube and then somebody goes after your personal life, or your ability to earn money, that's another thing. Defaming you, that's a problem with me too. But at the end of the day, when you interview with Homies Hub, I kind of caught some of that myself. What in the community with those general people happened? Did they start to calm down? Hype it up even more to where even more people came out the woodwork after you because they know now that you're going to be blowing the whistle on them and pointing the finger at them when they come into the country? How does that work out for you once you announce this?
Well, I mean, there's only been one real primary guy that's tried to really mess with my family to that extent. There's been people that have had things to say. So you have maybe more people pop up in comments, people run their mouths to me in the DMs and stuff like that. But no one really go and try to actually harass my wife, other than the guy started a rumor about a video that doesn't exist and guys want to go talk about it and stuff like that. So there's just more chatter, but no real substance or action behind that. So that's all that was.
All right.
All right. All right. No echo. Is there still echo?
No echo.
All right. All right.
You good?
I got a question for you. And this is just because I seen a video about Venezuela. So I was assuming your wife was Venezuelan. Is she Venezuelan or from Medellin?
My wife is Paisa from Medellin.
All right. Does she just have family in Venezuela?
We had a family member that was in Venezuela, yes. So that she had to go get, that died in as a result of the earthquake.
Hey, keep asking them some questions. I got to figure out what's going on with my mic.
Here, let me.
So
Someone mentioned that maybe my headset. I mean, I've used my headset before and it hasn't been an issue, but let me just unplug. Does it change anything?
I'm gonna turn this.
Sucker up.
Let me know.
Let me know. Is this too loud for you guys?
Now is
a serious echo.
There's no echo with me.
Hold on.
Let me turn this music on.
Now
I hear an echo big time.
Did you
change something? David?
See, I took out my headset and I don't hear any echoes.
Too many
hands in the kitchen.
Is my
mic louder now?
Jesus Christ. I just
turned up the decibel.
I
hate to have these production issues. Still an echo.
I wonder if it's the headset. Oh, no,
It might be. Because it's on your side.
Yeah, the minute I mute you, it stops echoing. So I'm gonna pull Fearless back up and see if it's your headset. Unplug your headset and let's see if it's. Where did you go, Fearless? I'm gonna unmute you.
I unplugged my headset.
Mic check. It's still there.
Damn, and that's bad. Let me take this other thing down. I'm gonna remove everything from the studio. Mic check. Go ahead and say something.
I bet you.
You're good now.
I bet you it's because we're streaming over onto my side. I bet you that's what it is.
No. We've had multiple people on the panel and never had an issue with sound. This is something new. And I don't know if it's because of an update or what. But let's see if Fearless is back and we got everything together. It might have been the fact I had a slideshow up. Fearless, go ahead and say something. Fearless, say something. Can you hear me? You can't hear me now.
I think mine's still echoing now that I have this back on too. But if I turn off my camera, come back on.
Fearless can't hear us.
I don't know what it is. I could take out my headset, drop, and come back.
All right, let's try that one time.
All right.
And while you do that, we're just going to go ahead and play a little disclaimer video.
Welcome to Hit and Run, co-hosted by Running Travelers and Fearless Talk. Before we get into today's conversation, we need to set the table. The views and opinions expressed by our guests, callers, panelists, and contributors are their own. They do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, official positions, or policies of Hit and Run. Ronin Travelers Fearless Talk. Its hosts, producers, affiliates, partners, or platforms. This program is produced for entertainment, commentary, discussion, and educational purposes only. Nothing said during this show should be taken as legal, financial, medical, political, or professional advice. We discuss real topics, real events, and real opinions. But every viewer is responsible for doing their own research, checking the facts, and making their own decisions by appearing on Hit and Run. All guests, panelists, and contributors acknowledge that their voice, likeness, image, name, comments, and views may be recorded, live streamed, edited, clipped, republished, and used in future episodes. Promotional content, thumbnails, shorts, reels, social media posts, and other media connected to the show. Participation also grants Hit and Run, Ronin Travelers, and Fearless Talk permission to use that recorded material without expectation of compensation, royalties, ownership claim, or additional approval unless otherwise agreed to in writing. Now that the grown-up business is handled, pull up a seat. This is Hit and Run, where the conversation moves fast, the receipts matter, and the panel says what it means. Let's get into it.